17-year-olds, thoughts on my generation. All right, you must be your older generation. Yo, Bill, I'm 17 years old. Oh, yo, your thoughts on your generation. I think the stigma that my generation and the one just a bit older than me being lazy is somewhat accurate, but not a complete rule of thumb. All right, I'm going to be a cunt here and give you my theory. I think because old people can go on the internet and talk about younger generations rather than just doing it down the barbershop like they used to, there's a lot more chatter out there. How could you be lazier than Generation X? What am I? Is that what I was? Gen X, yeah. It's so funny now. Like I watch these things, and they act like Generation X people worked. Like our generation worked. And like when we were young, they called us the slacker generation. And then somehow the generation that called us the slacker generation, I think, died over the last 30 years. So now we get to rewrite our history like, now we were these hardworking people that rolled up our sleeves. I mean, some of us were. I don't know. Anyway, this person says, I think the reason that kids my age are lazy is because everything is so automatic. My dad owns a blue-collar business and my mom is a lawyer, so I grew up understanding the importance of both. What, blue-collar and white-collar? I'll be in class. I like your dad, man. Married up. Good deal. I'll be in a class or the lunchroom, and the disdain that my peers have for any job below guy who tells people what to do is off the charts. Is that right? Well, maybe it's because you guys also are on like social media and everybody has to sit there and act like they have a bunch of money and they're killing it and living their best life. Anyway, having a blue-collar dad, I never looked at the janitors or the plumbers as morons. Someone needs to fix the fucking toilets, Bill. Exactly. I'm not saying that making fun of plumbing as a job is a big deal. Dude, if plumber, that's a fucking great job and an unbelievable skill to know how to do. I mean, every fucking 3 months, I have to remind myself where the main water shutoff is. It's the easiest. Run outside the house and just weak, you know? Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty, right? I fucking have all I can do to fucking do that. And these guys can go in there and redo your whole house if you want. Dude, carpenters, plumbers, electricians, mechanics, you know, those fucking Geek Squad people that can fix your computers. Like, I have a tremendous respect for all of those people. Those bootleg cell phone places that'll fix your iPhone screen and all of that shit. Oh, there goes your warranty. Go fuck yourselves, you Apple cunts. I don't give a shit. I love anybody that can fix fucking anything. I mean, that like the level of respect that I have and the fascination that I have with all of that, I just think it's amazing. You know? And then not to mention the sense of satisfaction you get when you go in, there's a problem, and you go in and you fix it. I mean, I get that when I walk around the house replacing all the track lighting that fucking burned out. You know? I just replaced the battery in the garage door opener. I get a little lift. I feel a little taller that day when I do that. I can't imagine if I went under the fucking sink and changed out a J-trap. I used to know how to do that. I don't do that shit anymore. I used to when I rented this fucking apartment. All of that shit. I learned how to do basic repairs with that shit and that plumber's tape and all of that. Got myself a big fucking monkey wrench and all of that. I got underneath there. I used to clean it out if my wife dropped something down there or it got like clogged up. That's what I do. I got under the sink. I take out the whole J-trap. I wouldn't snake it out, you know, because I didn't know how to use a snake. I would literally take the whole thing apart and just take a screwdriver down there. And then years later, I was just like, or I could have just learned how to snake the thing out. You know what I do now? I just call Roto-Rooter. That's the name, and away go your troubles down the drain. I think all of that shit's carpentry, electrician. To me, you're basically a wizard. I don't know how the fuck you do that stuff without killing yourself. Anyway, having a blue-collar dad, I never looked down on Jen. Okay. Someone needs to fix the toilets, Bill. I'm not saying making fun of plumbing as a job is a big deal, but at the end of the day, most of my friends wouldn't even dare to try to understand how to do anything of the sort. I wonder if there's going to be like a plumbing shortage. Like I remember my whole time growing up, there would be periods where my mom was a nurse. There would be like nurse shortages. And because like for whatever reason, they would just go through periods of like, okay, we need to pay nurses. All right, we got enough. We're not paying them shit. And then women would be like, well, fuck that job. Okay, we need nurses. It would go back and forth like that whole debate about whether an egg is good for you or not.